everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live on this Thursday afternoon. Want to welcome you to the Thursday afternoon Vinyl Treasure Show on this September 4th, 2025, where we continue with the 1956 RELIC Vocal Group Countdown here. And that is a countdown of record songs voted by collectors and accumulated by Bruce Grossberg and the others at the RELIC record store, and put out a list. And I've been counting down those records here on the show, and I've been getting a great response from that. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Really, first I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes yesterday, and very overwhelming with all the I posted my mother. I told her, do not do anything special. You can't do it. You're 89. You cannot do this. But she said, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make your cake, and I'm going to make you a special dinner, which she did. And it was all delicious. So thank you, Mom, for doing that. And Barbara's going to come over. I told her yesterday was not good, but today is better after we do this show. So she's going to help me file some records back, which is a good thing. But anyway, thank you all for being here. We opened up with a song. I figured, I'm looking for instrumentals in 1956 to open up these shows here. And this one released in December of 1956. And I guess since it was my birthday, I figured a belated birthday. And thank you for those of you that are typing in on my Facebook wall for the belated birthday wishes. I decided to pick this instrumental with a tenor saxophonist from Dunellen, Florida, formed his own band back in 1954, signed with Jerry Blaine's Jubilee Records in 1956. He would move to Mercury, and this was first recording for the subsidiary Wing Records, I think, with his first release. Had 21 releases in all after that for Mercury through 1964. This was his third. Released on Christmas Day, it says on the label, December 25th, 1956. Mr. Syl Austin on the Mercury label with Birthday Party. So we'll call this Birthday Party 2. Last night was Birthday Party 1, December 1956. So let's, without further ado, let's start it off here with the countdown. Some unusual records today. Some good ones, too. And one of them is not an original. I have a bootleg of it, so it's okay as far as sounding, but I don't have the record. I've never even seen a copy of the record. I looked for it in Greg's collection. I didn't see it. Maybe somebody scooped that one up. But anyway, we open up with number 483 here. Now, the first four songs featured today all received 6 points. And they were voted, they were on one ballot in the 15th slot. And entry number 483 is kind of surprising to me, I have to say. This is on the ABC Paramount record label. Now, the group is called the Dreamers, okay? And this is another Dreamers group, not the ones that we always play here, not one of the groups that we always play here, like from Philadelphia and those. There's a whole bunch of Dreamers groups. But this group features someone by the name of Johnny Duggan on lead, who co-wrote this tune. It's with Don Costa and his music, it says. And this was released October 1956 in a ABC Paramount advertisement, I think in the January 5th, 57 edition of Billboard. It was called Big New Ones for a Big New Year. So, but it was coming in at number 483, released though in October 1956. We started off with the Dreamers on the ABC Paramount record label, number 483. It's called The Right Time for Love, the Dreamers. Here you go.
It was the evening. The sky was dark, the moon was hazy, was in the park. It was the night time, it was the right time.
Yes, darling.
For love,
Right time for love.
it was the evening. The stars shone bright.
you go, coming in at number 483 on the survey from October 1956. That's the sound of the Dreamers. The Dreamers on ABC Paramount Records. That's Johnny Duggan on lead, a song entitled The Right Time for Love. Now, it's not a bad record, don't get me wrong. It's an okay sound, I have to say. Rock a ballad, I guess, what you want to call it. But I don't know if it would be in my top 20, let alone. But listen, a lot of people have different tastes in music. They're going to vote for the. Listen, the splice of life is having your choice to pick what you want and like what you want. So listen, who am I to judge about that record? But listen, I have it in my collection, don't I? But it's not a bad record, I have to say. The Dreamers there, The Right Time for Love, number 483. Now, coming in at entry number 482 is a group called the Dappers. Okay, John Gregory Carroll was the second tenor who started with the Four Buddies on Savoy. Now, he, along with lead singer Larry Harrison, started a new group with Leonard Zeke Pusey, former second tenor of the Ravens, and Jerome Robinson bass. Now, they called themselves the Dappers. Now, they recorded two for the RCA subsidiary Groove record label with Larry Harrison doing lead, but the group would break up. But Gregory Carroll wasn't ready to give up. He recruited his friend, a baritone bass, Al Showell, and two gals by the name of soprano Pat Williams and alto Joy Wright, and also Leonard Pusey from the first Dappers group to form a second Dappers group. So they are related, the Groove group and this group on Rainbow. Now, Gregory was able to book a recording session with Eddie Heller's Rainbow record label, which put out one release coming in at number 482, and it features Gregory Carroll on lead from November of 1956. Here are the Dappers on the Rainbow record label. It's called Bop Bop Boo, the Dappers. Here you go.
Bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Well, baby.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Well, baby.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop. Well, look at my baby standing over there. Lips are cherry red. Tell me, baby, what's on your mind? Why do you give me an awful time? Lady bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Well, baby.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop. Well, standing on the corner just all alone, waiting for my baby to come back home. Tell me, baby, what's on your mind? Why do you give me an awful time? Doody bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Well, baby.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop. Well, standing on a corner just all alone, waiting for my baby to come back home. Tell me, baby, what's on your mind? Why do you give me an awful time? Doody bop bop boo. Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Well, baby.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop 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 boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Well, baby.
Bop shitty bop bop boo.
Come on.
Bop shitty bop. Bop bop boo. Bop shitty.
There you go. The sound of the Dappers. That's actually a pretty cool record. I don't know about the gal in the beginning with the high voice there, but the male voice that comes in, pretty nice. And the up-tempo tune there. November 1956, number 482, The Sound of the Dappers on the Rainbow record label. Bop Bop Boo is the name of the tune. Johnny G is your Thursday afternoon disc jockey. Thank you all for being here. If you are new to this program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is my second show of the week. I'll be back Saturday evening with the 1950s and early 60s edition of the Vinyltreasure show. So if you do have a request, you can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. There was someone that I had to, Charlene sent me the link. It was early in the show. I wasn't on yet. So many nice people yesterday that gave me those gifts. So thank you, those of you that did that. That is so nice of you to do it, really. And he wanted to request the Vocaliers. So I said, Vocaliers, which song? The Red Robin Vocaliers? Which song do you want to hear by the Vocaliers? I think I have all their records, but and I think he's in Finland, I think. But we get lots of people here, listeners from all over the world. And that's the one good thing about YouTube, because it is a worldwide view. And this show gets the biggest exposure. The algorithms, they're the ones that kind of give you a suggestion. So a lot of people that have come into this program, by other people commenting and sharing the video, they see it. And so they see somebody sitting in a chair or holding a record. They're like, what is this? And so then they contact me and they said, wow, I never knew this show was on the internet here on YouTube. So welcome those of you that are just finding out about this show. Let us continue here with the 1956 countdown. This great group out of Harlem, New York makes their first appearance on the RELIC Survey, coming in at number 481. And they kicked off High Weiss's Old Town Records out of New York City with their debut single, a great two-sided 45. I'm sure made the 1954 survey. Wonder Why, backed with Blue Valentine. That was in January of 1954, but this is their 10th release, coming in at number 481 on the survey. It features Milton Love on lead, and from October 1956, number 481, the Solitaires on the Old Town record label. It's called Give Me One More Chance. The Solitaires, number 481. Here you go.
Give me one more chance to prove my love is true. Give me one more chance. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna love you so till you scream, oh, Daddy, let me go. Give me one more chance. I did wrong, you caught me with another girl. I didn't mean that you for nothing in this world. Give me one more chance. I went all the time looking for you. If I find you, baby, here's what I'll do. Squeeze it and please you so much, man. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance to prove my love is true. Give me one more chance. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna love you so till you scream, oh, Daddy, let me go. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance. Give me one more chance.
There you go. That is That is one you often don't hear by the Solitaires, and it made it to the survey, number 481. That's Milton Love on lead, October 1956, their 10th release for High Weiss's Old Town record label, Give Me One More Chance. And I don't know if I would, I like the Solitaires in general, so I wouldn't mind listening to the Solitaires at all. It's nice to hear some other things that they do, but they have such great songs that they have done, and I would bet you that they will return to this survey. You can count on it. Let us continue now. Let's go to entry number 480. Now, this received 2 votes. I mentioned it on last night's show. I probably would have kind of eliminated those single votes, and I would kind of go for the consensus votes, because that's really the name of the game, really. So I would probably have started it off with anything that received 2 votes. It would have probably shortened a lot of these other records that maybe some of you may think, they weren't all like okay records, but again, you're talking about a consensus of tunes. So maybe I would have gone with, if 2 people picked it, I would think that it would kind of be on my survey. But listen, that's just me. But this song did receive 2 votes with 6 points. Now, when the Checkers broke up in 1954, second tenor Irwin Teddy Williams would become the manager for a group called the Charmers that recorded for the Timely record label. Then in 1956, Irwin would replace the Charmers group member James Cook, and together with 3 other members of the Charmers, Alfred Todman, Eugene Sonny Cook, and George Danny Daniels, and the addition of a new member, Robert Cassidy, would form this group called the Corals. So they would cut 1 record for Decca Records, written by the lead singer. His name is Irwin Teddy Williams. He is on lead, and it comes in at number 480 here on the survey. It received 2 mentions. May 1956, number 480. Let's give a listen to the Corals. The Corals on the Decca label. It's called In My Dream. The Corals, number 480. Here you go.
In my dream, I have diamonds and gold. In my dream, I have wealth and told, but now you're gone. In my dream, can't come true. My dream just can't come true.
That's the sound of the Corals. The Corals coming in at number, 479. 479 on the survey, May 19th. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at the Clyde King record. Number 480. I'm sorry, folks. 480, May 1956. The Corals there on the Decca record label. It's a shame they only did one record. That is Irwin Teddy Williams on lead. In My Dream is the name of the tune. In Johnny G's dream, I would like to have every record in the Kreider book. Of course, that is an impossibility, I will say. But listen, I had a mission when I first started to collect records. First, I wanted to collect everything on the Billboard Hot 100. Then I was like, what am I buying these pop records for and easy listening? Well, I have them. I don't have everything, but I have a lot. But it was funny. I used to deal with someone by the name of George Humbertson. I think it was him, out of Cumberland, Maryland, I think. I hope he's doing okay. And I used to buy from him. He used to send me set sale lists. I think he used to visit Fred Bond at the Attic. And he used to buy a quantity, I think, and then he would put it on his list. He would do an auction. I remember I had a couple of bids I was going against. He would tell me, Johnny, you're bidding against Giovanelli on this record. I said, well, look, I have it. I said, I'll go 250, and that's it. If he wants it, he can take it. So not that I got into a lot of bidding wars in my bidding days, but I did. And I don't like those kind of bids. I don't like the phone-in bids because, I mean, if I was right there holding up a thing saying, I bid $3,000 on the record, it's a little bit different. But when you're on the phone, you don't know what's going on the other side of the phone. But anyway, that's just me. Let us continue here on the countdown, and we just heard the Corals at number 480. Let's go back out to the West Coast now at entry number 479. Now, the lead singer of this group was originally from Dallas, Texas, but she would relocate with her family out to California. And she was attending Gompers Junior High School in Los Angeles at the time, and she had a group. They were known as the Teens, okay? An ex-Flair member, Richard Berry, he was doing a concert, I think, somewhere at the school, and the girls, I guess, went up to him after the show and they introduced themselves and whatnot. So maybe they did a little song in front of him, and he said, well, you know what? I like how you girls sound. And he took them over to the Bahari Brothers, okay, at RPM Records, and they signed the group. And her name was Clyde King, a very young Clyde King. Of course, she went on to have some great soul records in her career that I have featured on the Wednesday night show. But she was just 13 years old at the time, and they put out her debut single as Little Clyde and the Teens. And they recorded a cover. A tune originally done by the 16s was the 16s' biggest hit, a song called A Casual Look. Now, this song features Richard Berry coming in on the bridge at number 479 with 1 vote and 7 points. And this is from May of 1956, number 479, Little Clyde and the Teens on RPM Records, and their rendition of the tune, A Casual Look, number 479. Here you go.
Doop 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 doop.
A casual look, a little need can reveal just what you think. Don't be shy. Don't even sigh, for you are my guide.
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, the 1956 Relic Countdown. That's Little Clyde King, her debut single with a group called the Teens, May 1956, doing the 16s tune, A Casual Look, that one there on the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. Now, that song received 1 vote for 7 points, and the next 6 all received 1 mention on the ballot. So let us continue here. Now, one of my favorite groups from Harlem, New York, makes their first appearance here on the Relic Survey at number 479 with 7 points. Now, and this is their debut single, came out on High Weiss's Old Town record label back in November of 1954. Song called Tonight Kathleen. You may know that tune, backed with Summer Love. But they signed with George Gollner's Rama record label, held their first session in August of 1955, recording 6 songs, along with Jimmy Wright and the orchestra providing the instrumentation. And this was one of those songs recorded at the first session, and it was the B-side to the group's 4th release for the Rama record label, and a tune written by a lead singer, Richard Barrett. And the other members of this group were Raymond Briggs, he was tenor, Ronnie Bright was the bass, Eddie Edgehill, the second tenor, and Mickey Francis, the baritone. Collectively, they were known as the Valentines. This is the B-side to the Woo Woo Train. From April 1956, recorded in August of 1955, the Valentines on the Rama label. It's a one word, 3 letters. The song is called Why, the Valentines, number 478. Here you go. there's a lot of ballad lovers in our YouTube chat room. They like these ballads here, Mr. Joe Shacatano being one of them. But there you go, Richard Barrett and the Valentines there on George Goldner's Rama Records. That's the B-side to the Woo Woo Train, April 1956 release. Song entitled Why. Let us continue here. Entry number 477 is on George Goldner's G record label. I'm sure I'm going to go and because I did put them in an Excel spreadsheet, so I'm going to go and check the number of, we'll see what the labels were, how many of these Goldner labels made it in Old Town and whatnot. But we go to George Goldner's G record label for this group. Not much is known about this group, but I found a mention of them in the March 3rd, 1956 edition of Billboard magazine. It mentioned that Goldner signed 2 new acts, one a rock and roll group called the Plaids. Are we talking about maybe the Plaids that recorded for the Darla label, I would think, possibly? I don't know. And the other, an R&B group called the Mellow Keys. Okay, and they had just one release. This tune recorded in February 16th, 1956, released in April of 1956. Written by James Parker. I'm guessing he's the lead singer of the group. And this again, Jimmy Wright and the orchestra, they return on this release from April 1956, coming in at number 477, the sound of the Mellow Keys on the G label, and the tune is called Listen Baby, the Mellow Keys. Here you go.
Boom, boom, boom.
Listen, baby, to my plea. Bring your love right back to me. Oh, my darling, we were meant to be. Won't you give me one more try while that sweet love passes by? Listen, baby, listen to my cry. You won't be sorry, dear. No, you won't regret it. Hey, I say you won't be sorry, darling. You will forgive and forget again. Listen, baby, to your heart. Hear it saying we can't part. Listen, baby, listen to the one you love. Won't you give me one more try while that sweet love passes by? Listen, baby, listen to try. You won't be sorry, dear. No, you won't regret it. Hey, I say you won't be sorry, darling. 'Cause you will forgive and forget again. Listen, baby, to your heart. Hear it saying we can't part. Listen, baby, listen to the one you love. Listen, baby. Listen, baby. Listen to the one you love.
April 1956 release there for the sound of the Mellow Keys. The Mellow Keys, that one there on the G record label. Listen Baby is the name of the tune. I'm telling you, Jimmy Wright and the orchestra, he is such a great sax player, I have to say, and you could easily pick it out. I know Big Dave Swigert can, and I can too, but just a great sax break there on that. And that's not a bad record, I have to say, either. Really. Mellow Keys coming in at number 477. Listen Baby is the name of the tune. Listen to Johnny G. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about this program. Give me a thumbs up if you dig what you're hearing. You can only do that if you are signed into YouTube, so you got to create an account. It's not that hard to create an account. If you need to create an account, you can contact me. I will help you create an account. And then you don't have to comment. Okay, you just have to subscribe. That is the good thing to do because a lot of people are tuned into YouTube. They're not signed in, so it doesn't register. I do get IP addresses that come in to the program. I see that, but the ones only when you see the numbers in chat, those are people that are signed into YouTube, and they can make comments and they can click the like button. But that's how it is with them. Don't ask me. But anyway, let us continue here. Entry number 475 is a debut single, actually for a new label, as there was a blurb in the September 29th, 1956 edition of Cashbox magazine. It said that the Flair Records Incorporated, a new label operating out of New York City, makes its bow on the disc scene October 15th. And the company expects to step out with a complete line of packaged goods and single size, backed by a heavy promotional setup located at 1650 Broadway in New York City. Now, present plans, according to President Lee Tully, call for a heavy schedule of recording and setting up distributors. To date, they have signed Thrush. Okay, the first time I saw that, a thrush, I guess that's what would you call that, like a thrush, an older gal, possibly, a nice way to say it? I don't know. A thrush, Nancy Arno, and a vocal group, which comes in at number 476, the High Fives. And I think there's a picture of them also in the magazine. Okay, a baritone by the name of Cy Milano and Lark. So what's the difference between a thrush and a lark? There must be a difference, all you bird watchers out there. And Lark, Ginny Scott. Sid DeMay, formerly with Jubilee Records, will handle the promotion and distribution arrangements. Now, the vocal groups mentioned, So the vocal group mentioned, I should say, the High Fives, comes in at number 476. A tune written by Pearl White and Marion Barry. Let's go to October of 1956 for the High Fives. The High Fives on the Flair X label. It's called Throwing Pebbles in the Pond, number 476. There you go.
Pebbles. Throwing pebbles in the pond, thinking of you, throwing pebbles in the pond, starting life anew. From the first day I met thinking of you. Thinking of you.
There you go. That's the sound of the High Fives. No Bill Schmaltz. It's not the group that recorded for the Decca label. They were out of New Jersey. This group, I don't know, they probably out of New York. I'm not sure. This is October 1956. The High Fives come in at number 476 on the Flair X record label, Throwing Pebbles in the Pond. And it's interesting that the Flair X for each year, like I think this... the 56 releases begin with the 3000 series. I think the 57, for some reason, are the 5000 series. I don't know why they did that. Listen, one thing I learned when I worked for Sony Music with Brian Kelleher, he was the manager. He said, Johnny, record companies have no rhyme or reason on what they do. Everything is a mess, and listen, it carries forward to even their masters with what they released later on. But that's because the people that worked for them, they don't know any better. They don't know the originals of these records. Look, I told you when I worked for Sony Music, I was sitting there. I think I told you this story. Who the hell are the Turbans? Did anybody? Because they didn't know how to code the royalty payments. So they're like, who the hell are the Turbans? Who ever heard of a song When You Dance? So of course, I got up and I said, what do you mean you don't know who the Turbans is? Who Turbans are? That's Al Banks on lead. He was the lead singer of the Turbans out of Philadelphia on the Herald label. And they were like shocked. I said, don't say anything bad about the Turbans. But they didn't know. They didn't know. Listen, that's why this show is supposed to educate those of you that don't know a lot about this music here. That is the thing. And listen, I didn't know anything. I was buying KC and the Sunshine Band 45s back in 1976. Like Shake Your Booty and all those records there. I told you the last 45 I bought in the record store was Taylor Dane, Tell It to Your Heart. That was the last record I bought in the record store. I digress. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Big Dave Swinger very is checking out everything here that Johnny G does. He did notice that my previous G45 was a Monarch press. It's very easy, those of you, well, certain collectors can easily pick up on a Monarch press or not, but the easy way to tell is that there is a delta in the dead wax with a number, and usually, especially with some of the presses, they sound better on the nice vinyl there. Some of the East Coast presses are grainy with recycled vinyl, and they don't sound that good. And that's kind of like what I usually seek out those. I don't like the look of the label. It looks like, I just don't like it. I like the way the label looks on the East Coast, but I don't like the West Coast look, but I love the sound anyway. As I digress, let us continue here as George Goldner's G label returns at number 475. I wanted to say observant. Big Dave Swinger, very observant. That was the word. And this is the only release for this group called the Clippers. Now, only 3 members of this group are known. Donald Razor is one of them. Now, he previously sang with the Velvets that recorded for the Red Robin label and also the Valentines on the Rama label. Leon Briggs, he was the brother to Raymond Briggs of the Valentines, and the lead singer on this is Johnny Blake. Now, both sides of this 45 written by George Goldner and Donald Razor. This was recorded in October of 1956 or November of 56, but released in January of 57. So really, this probably should have been included in the 1957 survey. Again, Jimmy Wright and his orchestra return here, coming in at number 475. Johnny Blake and the Clippers on the G label. The song is called I'm Yours, number 475. Here you go.
I'm yours for a lifetime, yours for eternity. I'm yours forever. I'll be true in every way. I love you, oh yes, my darling, darling. It's so plain to see that everything will be okay if you will make that day. I'm yours for a lifetime, yours for eternity. I'm yours forever. I'm yours for eternity. I'm yours for a lifetime, yours for eternity. I'm yours forever. I'm yours for
Yeah, coming in at number 475 on the survey. Whoops, my mic is too high. That is the sound of Johnny Blake and the Clippers. Johnny Blake and the Clippers. That one, they're released in January of 57, recorded in the fall of 1956. Johnny Blake and the Clippers. I'm Yours is the name of the tune. That is on George Goldner's G record label. You know, you can actually, if anybody ever said to me, what I know about Goldner and his G label, if I heard a record, you can kind of say, well, that sounds like a Goldner tune, you know, with the echo and everything else. But that was the style back then. There you go, Johnny Blake and the Clippers. Let us move to entry number 474 now. And this group from Brooklyn, New York, makes their debut here on the 1956 RELIC Survey. I know Tommy Albergo likes this group, and they would sign with Thomas Robinson's Atlas label in 1955. Now, the group included Ronald Anderson, Lloyd Davis, Cecil Holmes, Low Murray, and Gene Red Jr. Collectively, they were known as the Phi-Tones, and this is the group's third release on the Atlas record label, and sometimes they went by the Phi-Tones Quintet, which they are on this one, and sometimes they even dropped the S. They were known as the Phi-Tone on You'll Be the Last, which is one of my favorites by the group. But this tune, written by the lead singer Low Murray, he is on lead. Let's go to May of 1956, coming in at number 474, the Phi-Tones Quintet, and their tune is called I Belong to You, number 474. Here you go.
You belong to me, I belong to you. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. As I embrace you, my arms caressing you, my dreams have been answered, for darling, I belong to you. Do-wop, do-wop, and wherever you may go, no matter where, I seem to know, the more I think of you, the more promise all your faithfulness will ever more endure, my dear. I must be sure that you are mine to dedicate my life. All the time I pray that you are, for I belong to you. Do-wop, 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 do-wop.
There you go, the sound of the Phi-Tones. Phi-Tones Quintet coming in at number 474 on the survey. May 1956 release, I Belong to You is the name of the tune. That's Low Murray on lead. That's on the Atlas record label. I'm sure they will return later on in the survey. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Thank you all for being here. Hope you're digging on the tunes. I'll be back on Saturday evening beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 to about... We're going to 12:30 here. That's the goal, to do it. I was a little bit over. That's because I babbled on a lot, and I played a couple of kind of comparison tunes. I might do that from time to time. I'm going to try to add a Collector's Corner song to the maybe something that you've never heard before. Some of the experienced collectors here have heard all these records, so you know about them. But maybe you don't have them on original or whatnot, so, and you got to see the labels, which is really cool. Like I said, I don't have everything. I never claimed I did. I have a lot, but I don't have everything. But I'm happy to share the music with the listeners and provide some information and some of my collecting experiences. It's got to be fun, folks. It's fun for me. I don't know if you can tell, but it's fun for me, and hopefully it's fun for you and entertaining. I guess it wouldn't be, or you wouldn't be tuned into the program. We had a big crowd last night, too, for the soul records, and kind of the copyright police stayed away. They usually leave me alone here on the 50s stuff, as long as I don't play big hits. And I cannot play like any Buddy Holly or Elvis Presley. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some things will change, but I doubt it. It's all dollars and cents. But let us continue here on the survey. And this great group from Washington, D.C. return, the Clovers, with their third song on the survey. We heard two from them already. This was their third entry. That's another thing I'll check. Some of the groups have all their releases from 1956 that made the survey. This was the group's 16th release for the Atlantic record label, and the last really hit for the group. Really, this was the group's first song, though, to make the pop charts. Okay, prior to this, all their records were hits on the R&B charts, but this one made it to the pop charts. They recorded this March 29th of 1956. This tune written by Sonny David, Teddy McRae, and Sid Weish. And it features John Buddy Bailey on lead, coming in at number 473. The Clovers from May 1956. The song is called Love, Love, Love. The Clovers. Here you go.
There ain't nothing in this world for the boy and the girl but love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. There ain't nothing in this world for the boy and the girl but love, love, love. And that's the only thing I'm thinking of. Love, 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 love. Love can make you happy when you're feeling blue. If the one you love is in love with you, there ain't nothing in this world for a boy and a girl but love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. There ain't nothing in this world for a boy and a girl but love, love, love. And that's the only thing I think. Love can pick you up when you feel low down. Love can make you smile when you're wearing a frown. I want it, I need it, fill my cup with love, love, love. Let me drink till my head goes round and round with love, love, love. So come and be my turtle dove.
There you go with the sound of the Clovers coming in at, lost my place here, coming in at number 473 on the survey. Love, Love, Love is the name of the tune on the Atlantic Records. That was their 16th release. Came out in May of 1956. That's John Buddy Bailey on lead. What a great group the Clovers are. Let us continue now with entry number 472. Now, the next 7 songs all mentioned on one ballot receiving 8 points, and these were voted into the number 13th slot. And this one is an ultra rare record, and I mentioned to you that some of the records I do not have on original. This is one of them. I don't have this on an original. I wish I did, but I don't. And I'm not so happy about the reproductions either, because they did make a lot of the listeners coming into this music in the 1970s or whenever they got into collecting. First of all, you couldn't find the originals on a lot of cases because they were so rare, and mostly people couldn't afford to buy them. I mean, they had all these record stores that were selling these records, making money. That was the name of the game to do it. And when you went into Times Square Records and you saw that the Red Wax Chance records were selling for $20 back in 1962 or whatever, that was a lot of money to spend on a single. $20 back in 1961 or 62 for a record hanging on the wall. I mean, unless you were single, making good money, didn't have any obligations, you would be a prime candidate to buy that 45, as some of the people did. So they lucked out getting those records, and maybe even in great shape. And I know many of the early collectors, they did that. They would actually go to the record. You'd go to the record distributors. You'd go to the labels, and they wouldn't care. They'd let you in the back. Oh, go to the back room there and take as many copies as you want. 78s and 45s. That would have been great. I would have loved to drive with Bill Shabilsky and Tom and Joe and go up to Chicago and go to the warehouse of VJ Records. I'd have a conniption to be in there, to be honest. I'd like to take I'm going to take 5 of everything. Would you mind? So that's that's a fantasy. That's one of Johnny G's fantasies. But anyway, and this is a rare record, so I apologize for the quality of this one because it's not the greatest, but at least I can play it on a 45. And it's number 472, okay? And this was on one ballot, received 8 points. And it's an ultra-rare record, and it's number 472. Now, the group is out of Cleveland, Ohio, originally, and only 2 members of this group were known at the time. The lead singer of the group, his name is Isaac Ike Perry, and the other member that they knew was Robert Rose. I think because one wrote one side and one wrote the other side. I think that's it. But what this group did, or what Isaac did, okay, is that he reached out to a bunch of record companies and he sent their tapes out. Okay, they were known as the 5 Lyrics. They sent their tapes out, or he sent the tapes out to many record companies, and one company did bite. Okay, Ray Dobard, owner of Music City, decided to put out this single, and it's the group's debut single. Now, the Buckeye Beat said, the website mentions that they recorded both sides of this single in Chicago, okay, and sent the master tapes to Music City, and this side coming in at number 473, written by the lead singer. His name is Ike Perry. So from August 1956, here are the 5 Lyrics, Ike Perry on lead, the 5 Lyrics on Music City. It's called I'm Traveling Light. That's what it says. I'm Traveling Light, the 5 lyrics, number 472, an ultra rare record. Here you go.
I'm traveling light. Oh, my girl has gone. My girl has told me of her love. I'm traveling light. Oh, my girl is gone. My girl has told me I was the one. Ooh, yes, darling. Yes, darling dear. Yes, I'm traveling so light. And darling, deep within my soul, there's a feeling of contentment and joy. My girl has told me of her love. I'm traveling light. For I'll always be
There you go. That's the sound of the 5 lyrics. The 5 lyrics on Ray Dobard's Music City record label. That one there released in August of 1956 on Music City. It's called I'm Traveling Light. That's Ike Perry on lead. You know, they became very soulful later on in the mid-1960s. I have some of their records in my 60s collection. But there you go. So what they do with these repros is they're recording. The transfer loses a lot when they just transfer it and put it out on these reproductions. Even the although this label isn't that bad, but you can see that the clarity and whatnot, and some people don't know how to tell the difference. Some of them are really good. Not these. The Ratio boots are really nice because they look like he did those shiny labels and whatnot. So those go for some bucks, those records, because they were how he made those records, right? And he took them right off of the 78, so the fidelity was good. But anyway, there you go. I apologize for not having a real one on that, but I wanted to play it as any way that I had it. I still have to look for a Montclair's on Sonic, which I don't have. I might have it on a CD. I have to check George Tompkins CDs. They might be on if anybody knows a CD that Montclair's on Sonic is, let me know, because then I can look for it. I have to check around. But anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, the Relic Countdown here. This is Volume 3, we'll call it, Part 3. And here's a record I found in the wild. And listen, you're not going to go bad finding records like this for a quarter. As we go to Philadelphia, PA, for entry number 476, this group would travel to New York City to compete in the Apollo Theater's amateur contest. And they would meet up with Benny Burley, who became their manager and also wrote some of their tunes. Now, he wrote this song that I'm about to play, but he was also instrumental with them signing with Jerry Blaine's Josie Records. Now, the group included Franklin Peaker, lead tenor, Bernard Williams, Samuel Sally, Roosevelt Brody, and Jesse Gillis Jr. Collectively, they were known as the Blue Notes. Now, this is the B-side to their debut single, coming in at number 471, their first of two for the Josie label. And I know Peaker is not on lead, so it's one of the other two, the first or second tenor. I don't know which one it is, but I like this song. It's a cool up-tempo. July 1956, number 471, the Blue Notes on the Josie label. It's called There's Something in Your Eyes, Eloise, number 471. Here you go.
There is something in your eye, Eloise, that's inclined to tantalize, Eloise. Oh, I know you don't parade them, yet I swear by him who made them that I simply can't evade them, Eloise. Give my lonely heart a break, Eloise. All my love is yours to take, Eloise. I believe that you descended, so our loves could both be blended, as God and fate intended, Eloise. And so I'll throw my heart into the ring. There is something in your eyes, Eloise, that's inclined to tantalize, Eloise. Oh, I know you don't parade them, yet I swear by him who made them that I simply can't evade them, Eloise. So our loves could both be blended, as the God of fate intended, Eloise.
Yeah, they're called the Blue Notes. The Blue Notes there from July 1956. That's, I think we'll say that's the B-side to their debut single on Jerry Blaine's Josie record label. There's Something in Your Eyes, Eloise is the name of the tune. Let us continue here. Let's go to Bakersville, California for this next group. They make their debut here on the RELIC Survey, coming in at number 470. They would meet up with Samuel Buck Ram. Now, he was the owner of Personality Productions, and he was currently managing at the time the Penguins and the Platters. Now, he would become this group's manager, was instrumental with them signing with Larry Mead's Vita record label. And the group included brothers Joe and Reuben Grundy, Carl Moland, and Leroy Smith. Collectively, they were known as the Colts. I think they were going to college, I think, at the time, and he put them, if you look at the record again when I show you, I posted it up on my Facebook wall. There's a picture of the group on there, and they put them on like beanies there. And the girls kind of went wild for that. I don't know why they would go wild for a beanie. Don't ask me why. But that's what he did. He kind of gave them a gimmick setup. But this was their third release on the Vita label, coming in at number 470. I just played this on the Saturday night show, but on the Antler label. But this is the original on the Vita label, written by the lead singer Joe Grundy, April 1956. Let's give a listen to the Colts. The Colts on the Vita label. Charlene, I made a mistake there. It's Vita Records. It's called Never No More. The Colts, number 470. Here you go.
Never, 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 ever. Never no more will you be lonely. You'll never have to cry. No, never no more. Heart again, because I'll never, no, I'll never, ever leave your arms again. Ooh, forevermore. I love you only. I'll never say goodbye. No, never, no more. Never, no more.
There you go with the sound of the Colts. The Colts there from April 1956. That's on Larry Mead's Vita Records. I think that Larry Mead and two other people own this label. And the Colts with Never No More. That is a Joe Grundy on lead, April 1956, coming in at number 470. Now, Frank Chingaro mentions the college they were going to was the Los Angeles City College. And that is where Frank's daughter is a music professor there. How cool is that? And of course, Frank Chingaro and Gordon Skagberg, they are hosts of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. You can hear that show on Sunday afternoons beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 to 6 on Hofstra Radio, WRHU-FM 88.7. I think, Frank, you're going to be live again this week, right? I think. You got to let me know if that is the case. But I tune in on radio station USA.FM on Sunday afternoons beginning at 3 p.m. The Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank Gingaro and Gordon Skagberg. I would love to. Barbara said to me, Johnny, you want to teach music? Well, I said, I can't teach music because I don't know how to read music. I mean, I dabbled in the piano, but I told you, they weren't. I brought a Motown. I bought a book of Motown songs. So I walked into Mrs. Favreau and I said, I want to play this. She said, what? She said, how do you think you're going to play that if you don't play this stuff first? I said, I don't like that. I want to play this. I want to play My Girl on the piano. So she says, no. You have to learn Swan Lake first before you have to read Swan Lake first before you play My Girl, whatever that song is. I said, you don't even know the song. So I didn't want to waste my parents' money and time. They would drop me off there. My sister Tony continued with the piano because my father had a baby grand piano. So he painted a job down in New York City and they wanted to get rid of this gigantic baby grand piano. So they actually paid for it to be delivered from New York City here to the house. And we had it in the house for years until we finally sold it. Somebody came and they took it. They came. But it was actually cool to have a piano there. And but it was too big, for our living room. But I wanted to because I wanted to play. I had all aspects. But anyway, I think I can teach about this music into the certain. I wonder if anybody would be interested if I did that in the college, but who has the time? I would force them to watch this show is what I would actually have to do. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on. Let us continue here on the Relic Countdown, and we just heard the Colts at number 470, and I messed up here. I knew I was going to have to. There were some flip sides here. Hold on a second. As I didn't check, I just took the next record. So let's do this. Sorry, folks. Hold on a second. Because it's a flip side from a song we heard earlier. I messed up. The Cadillacs are not next. Johnny Blake and the Clippers return at number 469. And we heard the B-side of their only release for George Gollner's G record label at number 475, a song called I'm Yours. The A-side comes in at number 469, and this tune written by George Gollner and group member Donald Razor. Again, Jimmy Wright and the orchestra are backing him up on this. Johnny Blake, he's the lead singer, recorded in late 1956, released in January of 57. So this, Kreider had it wrong. This should have been in the but who knew? They didn't know. It's right at the cusp. So I'll cut Kreider some slack on that. Johnny Blake and the Clippers coming in at number 469 on the G label. It's called Bella Marie, number 469. The Clippers. Here you go.
Bella, 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 Marie. Bella, 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 Marie. Oh, Bella, my Bella Marie. She's a good girl for me, and I love her so.
go. Coming in at number 469 on the survey, Johnny Blake and the Clippers. Johnny Blake and the Clippers there. Released in January of 57, recorded in the fall of 1956, Bella Marie on George Golner's G record label. I wonder if that had to be, well, you know, Jimmy Wright, a great sax player, he had to keep up there. He was keeping up with the vocalist on that. It wasn't like it had a sax break. He was there through the whole record. Very interesting here. And thank you, Paul Michel, for that information. I'm pretty sure George Tompkins, he used to buy CDs from Ronnie I all the time. I'm sure he picked. I saw that he had those volumes that Ronnie I put out on the Doowop CDs. So I'm sure if I can get that Montclair's record, because it's one of the records I don't have here for the survey because it wasn't booted. But I'll see. I have to try out this CD player if I get that right. But only because we want to hear the record, you know, is what we do. But anyway, so let us move from number 469, the Clippers, to number 468. This great group out of Harlem, New York, makes their debut here on the 1956 RELIC Survey. They signed with Jerry Blaine's Josie label in 1954. Now, this is the B-side to their 8th release that comes in at number 486. Now, at this time, the group included Charles Brooks, Earl Carroll, Laverne Drake, Bobby Phillips, and Earl Wade, and you know them as the Cadillacs. This song penned by Chuck Willis, and this is with Jesse Powell and the orchestra providing the instrumentation here, and it features, I guess we can call him at this time, Earl Speedo Carroll on lead. And this is from October 1956. Let's give a listen to the Cadillacs. The Cadillacs on the Josie label, number 4. I said it's 86, 68, transposing, John. 468. 468 on the survey. The Cadillacs with That's All I Need. The Cadillacs. Here you go.
That's all I need. Well, you've gone a long, 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 long time. Come back, baby, I will lose my mind. I need you, baby.
Baby, that's all I need.
I need you, baby.
Baby, that's all I need.
I need you, baby. That's all I need. That's all I need.
That's all I need.
Yeah, the sound of the Cadillacs coming in at number 468 on the survey. Bluesy sound by them. Earl Speedo Carroll on lead. Released in October of 1956 on the Josie record label. That's All I Need. And for you collectors out there, if you have the 78 of this, okay, it has a different. This is the flip of The Girl I Love, which I think makes the survey. On the 78, it doesn't say that, okay? It says All I Need on the 78. They recorded this on March 22nd, 1956, and Josie released it that October. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Thank you all for tuning into this program. Again, I am begging you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so the copyright police stay away from this program and don't shut me down. It's the Wednesday show that I get. They chase me around the neighborhood. But anyway, the more subscribers I have, the better it is for the live broadcast. It's different when you post them up. It's different because they get to make their decision on if they want to post it or not. And they usually block it in Belarus and Russia, but my thousands of listeners won't be able to see it there. But everywhere else, they let it be seen. But let us continue here on the Relic Countdown. This is the third edition of the Countdown. I will not be on next Saturday, September 11th. That is not a, I just don't want to be on that afternoon. There'll still be, as we remember the dead that day, so I won't be on that September 11th. But the following week, so I'll be gone for 2 weeks with the Countdown, but Bill Obe will be my in-studio guest on September 18th. Bill Obe will be here in the studio, returning to Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure Show as a guest collector. Mark your calendars, September 18th, 2025, from 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This program will be a special on rhythm and blues, vocal groups, and single artists from original studio recordings, sessions that were previously unissued, tunes unissued or alternate takes that were recorded in the 1950s and early 60s and were later issued, okay, on LPs or 45s also. They were able to get the tracks and put them out. But that should be an interesting show, so you should need to tune into that program. Mark your calendars. The promo is up there, and can't wait for Bill to be here. Also, Karen Efron will be my guest on November 13th. Will be here on a Thursday afternoon. Excited to have Karen Efron, her first show here. She's done so many shows through the years on many different, some of the R&B reviews, so many George Frunze's Down on the Street Corner, the Rhythm and Blues Serenade, so many shows that she has, and others too throughout the United States. So she will be here on a Thursday afternoon in November. So I will put that up as we get closer there. It'll be up on the YouTube. So tell your friends about that. Guests here on Thursday afternoons. I would love. And I know it's even if you're not a record collector here, I would love to have Don Folletti come here as a guest collector and talk about the music and whatnot and play certain records. That would be something. But listen, it's up to Don. I even wanted George Tompkins to come up here, but he couldn't do it. He said he wouldn't do the show without his friend Sal Mondrone. And I said, George, Sal's not here anymore. George isn't here anymore. But I almost got him to come up here. I said, we'll play my records. Just pick the ones you really like, and you can talk about it. You can talk about different stories about that. But he didn't. Then he got sick, and he couldn't do it. He just couldn't make it. He wouldn't be. There's stairs to come up here. I have a lift, so I have a lift up the first stairs. So if anybody needed a lift to come up and not the stairs to come up here, they're not that bad. But anyway, but this is the Johnny G Studios here. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show with the countdown. And let's go to entry number 467. Okay, it's a duo, but they out of Los Angeles, California, and they were Jesse Belvin and Eugene Church. They were recording as the Clicks. They had 2 releases for the Bahari Brothers Modern Records out of Culver City, California. And this was their second to come in at number 4, well, on the survey. The writer credits on this one are Ling and Josiah, I think. And they are really, when you see the Ling and the Josiah, it's really Joe and Saul Bahari. Those are the aliases they did to get their royalty payments. But this is from July of '56, coming in at number 467. The Clicks, Jesse Belvin and Eugene Church. It's called "I'm in Love with a Girl" on the Modern label. Here are the Clicks. Here you go.
Can't you see you meant for me? Without your love, I'd be in the misery. Can't you see you meant for me? Without your love, I'd be in the misery. I'm in love.
Here we go, duos here on the Vinyltreasure Show. That one there from July of 1956, coming in at number 467 on the survey. Those are the Clicks. The Clicks on the Modern label, "I'm in Love with a Girl." That is Jesse Belvin and Eugene Church on that tune. I think they will return here to the survey also. As we move to entry number 466, a great group out of Cincinnati, Ohio on the survey. They recorded for Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records. Now, they were called the Drivers because they were all working as truck drivers for a local trucking firm at the time. And the group included Leroy, wait a minute, I don't think that's right. Harmshaw. Hold on a second, folks. Did I write this right? I think their names are on here. I have Harmshaw. I don't know if that's the right name here. But I was I was typing this late at night. I did all the research on these. I couldn't burden Charlene with the researches on this. She would go out of her mind. But I got here Leroy Harmshaw. I probably spelled that wrong. Charles Harris, Willie Price, Carl Rogers, and Leroy Smith. Collectively, they were known as the Drivers, and they're all singing on this side here. It's their second of 3 for Deluxe, coming in at number 466 on the survey. December 1956 release, a great sound by the Drivers on Deluxe. It's called Midnight Hours. The Drivers, number 466. Here you go.
Midnight
the midnight hour, I need you. In the morning, I want you. In the evening, love you. In the midnight hour, don't tease me. In the morning, squeeze me. In the evening, please me. In the midnight hour, you know I love you, baby. You know I love you so. You know I love you, baby. And I'll never, never let you go. I need you. In the morning, want you. In the evening, love you. In the midnight hour, ooh, 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 ah, ooh, 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 ah, ooh, ooh. In the midnight hour. You know I love you, baby. You know I love you so. You know I love you, baby. And I'll never, never let you go. I need you. In the morning, want you. In the evening, love you. In the midnight hour. Ooh, 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 ah, ooh, ooh, ah, You know I love you, baby. You know I love you so. You know I love you, baby. And I'll never, never let you go. I need you. In the morning, want you. In the evening, love you. In the midnight hour. Ooh, 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 ah, ooh, 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 ah, ooh, ooh. In the midnight hour.
As number 466 on the survey, The Sound of the Drivers, released in December of 1956 on Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records. When I say they're second of three for Deluxe. Midnight Hours is the name of the tune. That's not an easy one to find by the group, and especially on the promo there. Well, I think it's a hard record in general, and that is such a cool tune here. Now, where were you in 1956? I guess I would have to be minus 2 years behind, because my parents didn't get married until 1957, so I wasn't around. I wasn't around since I just had a birthday, just turned 67, but they got married in 1957. But where were you in 1956? Were you listening to the radio back then? I know some of you were. You were young teenagers back then, or preteens back in 1956, but anyway, these are great records. I just would... Just to go back in a time machine, just to go back. If I could go back, just imagine if you can go back one day in the past, pick a day you would like to go back to that day. What was that movie? Wasn't there a movie? What was the movie? The gal, she fell or whatever, and it took her back to like 1958 when she was a teenager, and she kind of like she was in her current state, but it was a dream. And she saw her parents and her boyfriend in the high school. What was the name of that? Do you remember the name of that group? Name of that movie? It was actually a great concept, okay, to do that. But somebody's got to remember that movie. Peggy Sue. Was it Peggy Sue? Something with Peggy Sue. I don't know, whatever it was. But I thought that was a cool concept to go back one day. No, Peggy Sue, yeah. Joe Shacatano got it right. Peggy Sue got married. She fell, and then she went back to, she saw her old boyfriend there, but she knew everything about them going back in time. That would be a trip. I'm going to tell you. That would be a trip, because I'd run to my local record store right away and buy these records. Anyway, Johnny G, fantasizing here as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasures show. The next two songs I'll be featuring received 8 points, but had 2 mentions. So these are interesting tunes, the next two. Yes. And it's for this group coming up, it's their debut single coming in at number 465. They're out of Philadelphia, PA. And they are a self-contained group. Self-contained means they're playing all their instruments and doing all the vocals. And the group included Boyd Becks. He was on piano, and he was the second tenor of the group. Dave Wilson was the guitarist and baritone of the group. Clarence Becks was the bass warbler, okay? Bass warbler, they called it. And Ray McElwain, he was the bass fiddle and the lead singer of the group. Collectively, they were known as the Notes. And they recorded this tune written by Ivory Joe Hunter and Clyde Otis, and it comes in at number 465. It received 2 mentions. Released in January of 56. Here are the Notes on the Capitol label. It's called Don't Leave Me Now. The Notes, number 465. Here you go.
Don't leave me now. I love you too much. Don't leave me now. Hold my heart in your clutch. Stay here with me. You are my happiness. Stay here with me. Darling, please tell me yes. Don't turn my blue skies into crying clouds. Don't turn our promises into worthless vows. Don't leave me alone with these empty arms. Don't leave me, no. A helpless victim of your charm. Don't turn my blue skies into crying clouds. Don't turn our promises into worthless vows. Don't leave me now with these empty arms. Don't leave me, no. A helpless victim of your charm.
Whoa. I left my mic on. I can't do that. Darn. Johnny G. Listen, I'm still trying to figure out the studio here. I'm getting better at it, folks. I am. But there you go. That's a great record, I have to say. I like that record a lot. January 1956, number 465 on the survey. Those are the Notes. The Notes on the Capitol record label. And what I say, the lead singer on that was... his name was Ray McIlwain. I said Mac. It's Mick, M-C. McIlwain is his name. And that is a great tune, number 465, Don't Leave Me Now. Don't leave Johnny G now. You need to tell your friends about this program here. Johnny G is an accountant by trade. I never DJ'd before in my life. They like my voice. When Delana, when I was on my first radio station, it will go unnamed, she says, Johnny, I really like your voice. I said, do you? I said, okay. I said, so when I was on Match.com back in 2007, I think, originally, and so I said, well, listen, what are they going to know about me? They don't know anything else about me. I'll say they like my voice. So I can't tell you how many of the girls wanted to call me direct. This girl down in New York City, and she said to me, oh, you are correct. I like your voice. And then she got kind of creepy on me. She said that her, I think at her time, she said her boyfriend was a New York police officer. And now this is 2006 or 2007, and he was killed in the line of duty, and she was looking for somebody else. So right from the bat, I was like, well, listen, I really don't have time to go to New York City, so I can't really do that. And then I met this girl in is it Weehawken, I think, in New Jersey, because I was working in Lyndhurst, and that was a waste of time. It was a waste of time. All she wanted to do was have dinners in the Sheraton Hotel. So I used to go there and meet her. I'm meeting you at the Sheraton Hotel here. But anyway, then I met Barbara, and hopefully she will be here before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Let us continue here on the RELIC Survey, 1956 survey, and the 16s return to the survey at number 464. We heard them at 491 with their third release on the Flip label called Only Jim. This is the B-side to their second release, okay, another tune written by Ed Wells. And it's with the Ray Johnson combo. It features Trudy Williams on lead. We go to Flip Records out of Hollywood, California, July 1956. Trudy Williams and the 16s coming in at number 464. It's called Afar Into the Night. The 16s. Here you go. There you go, Trudy Williams and the 16s coming in at number 464 on the survey, July 1956 release. It's on the Flip record label out of Hollywood, California, Afar Into the Night. You know, she was only like 12 years old when she was began recording for the group. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, now the next 13 songs that I'll be featuring here on the countdown all received a one mention, one vote in the number 12 slot. So they were given 9 points. So all the next 13 songs were number 12, almost making it to the top 10 on their list, but number 12 for 9 points. And here is entry number 463. After the Starlings and the Twilighters, broke up, they recorded for the Starlings for Josie and for Dawn Records, and Twilighters for MGM. The lead singer of the group, Larry Gale, started a new group, with Billy Baines. He was the bass of the group. Edward Sonny Jordan, tenor, and Waldo Champion, he was the baritone of the group, and they signed with Highwise's Old Town record label for a bit as the Supremes. With their first release, they ended up backing up Ruth McFadden. You may know the song. Alan Freed used to play it, called Darling, Listen to the Words of This Song. But with their next session, they recorded 2 songs. One was called Tonight, and the flip side of that comes in at number 463, and it features Larry Gale's on lead from June of 1956. Let's give a listen to the Supremes. The Supremes on Highwise's Old Town record label, coming in at number 463. The song is called My Babe, parentheses, She Don't Want Me No More. Here are the Supremes, number 463.
I'm gonna tell you a story all about my baby. She was so funny. That was my baby, my baby. Whoa, whoa, my baby. She didn't want me no more. Well, I went to a house last Friday night. I thought that everything was going all right. I had left her at the door, and that was about 3:45. Well, my babe, whoa, my babe, she didn't want me no more. Whoa, my baby don't want me no more. Whoa, whoa, my baby don't want me no more. Whoa, my baby.
There you go, June 1956 release there for the Supremes. Larry Gales and the Supremes there on the Old Town record label, number 463. The song is called, well, the one I have, so Big Dave says that I have the second press of it. It's not easy to find this record anyway. It's called My Babe, parentheses, She Don't Want Me No More. I don't know if I've ever seen, well, somebody had a picture, I think, on 45 Cat. I think I saw it, but this is an original. I don't know. They were questioning if that was an original or not. It sure looked like one. But anyway, I forget. I bought this one from Mike Demersion, I think. Mike and Carol Demersion. And may they rest in peace, those that couple there. Let us continue here on the Relic Countdown here for a Thursday afternoon. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you are, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I did this show on a Thursday afternoon to get, because a lot of you are early, go to bed early. So you're not up at 10 p.m. You might sign off early, but you get to see the show in the daytime here. So, and so also to bring in some of the European listeners that tune into the program live. So that was the whole idea of doing this show on a Thursday. Plus for people to come in to be, it's not, even though I did have guests that would come in on a Saturday and do that big marathon 3-hour show on a Saturday, but it's too late. I wouldn't want them to drive home at that late hour, although some of them did do that. But let us continue here on the countdown, and we are in the playing records from 1956 as voted in the 1956 RELIC Survey, which was conducted back in 1996, by the way. And number 462 is a group out of New York. They signed with Joe Davis's JD record label in 1953. Now, the group included Claude Henry Brown, he was the baritone of the group, David Martin, second tenor, Joseph Rocky Washington, the bass, and tenor Perry Hayward. Collectively, they were known as the Sparrows. And they had 2 releases in 1953 for Joe Davis's JD record label, and 2 singles released in 53. It wasn't until 3 years later that Davis released their 3rd single on Joe Davis's Davis label. And Elvis, in this, by the time this record was released in October of 1956, Elvis had a hit with a song called Love Me Tender. So what Davis thought was, hey, the Sparrows recorded a tune called Love Me Tender. It's not the same song, but maybe if I put that out, maybe the teenagers will buy my record. That was his thought process, okay? But I'm not playing that side because the flip side of this is called Love Me Tender, but it's not the Elvis tune. But this is the flip side coming in at number 462. It features Perry Hayward on lead from October of 56. Released in October of 56. These are the Sparrows on the Davis label. It's called Come Back to Me. The Sparrows on Davis. Here you go.
To me, darling, come back to me, sweetheart. You know I love you from my heart, sweet. To me, darling, come back to me, sweetheart. You know I love you from the start, sweet. The night I left you for another, I was a crazy fool doing wrong. I knew the moment I held her in these arms where you belong. come back to me.
There you go, coming in at number 462 on the survey. That's the sound of the Sparrows. The Sparrows there, October 1956 release on Joe Davis's Davis record label. Come Back to Me is the name of the tune. Come back to Johnny G when you get the chance. If you miss any of the program, it'll be up on the archive there, so no worries about that. I'm also recording it for my VinylTreasures.net website. And last night I had a blip there. I have to connect the two, because I don't know if KKSM is going to pick that one up. They take it off of my website, the streaming, because I record that at a higher level, I think 192 versus 125 that I do on the Oldies and More stream. We're not on Oldies and More. We're only on YouTube today, and we do that on the Thursday afternoon show. Let us continue here with the Relic Countdown, and you know this group from Detroit, Michigan, coming in at number 461. First recording as the Royals for Sid Nathan's Federal record label in early 1952. In 1954, they would change their name to the Midnighters, and Hank Ballard, he would eventually become the group's lead singer. And their 26th release for Sid Nathan's Federal Records comes in at number 461. It features Hank Ballard on lead. He also wrote this tune. And from May of 1956, here are the Midnighters on the Federal label, number 461. The song is called Early One Morning. The Midnighters. Go.
Early one morning, you're gonna wake up crying. Oh, your little heart will be dying. Keep doing me wrong, soon I'll be gone. Soon I'll be gone. Early one morning, baby, I love you. You know it's true. How could you treat me the way you do? Keep doing me wrong, soon I'll be gone. Soon I'll be gone. Early one morning, we've been together way too long for you to treat me so wrong. Love you like crazy, need you like mad. Oh, you're the best thing that I ever had. One of these mornings, you're gonna wake up crying. Oh, your little heart will be dying. Keep doing me wrong, soon I'll be gone. Soon I'll be gone. Early one morning, early morning.
There's one you don't hear often by Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. That one there from May of 1956. That's on the Federal record banner there. Early One Morning is the name of the tune. That's their 26th release for the Federal folks. And they will return, of course, later on in the survey as we continue here on a Thursday afternoon. And here's another group that makes their debut here on the RELIC Survey. They are from Harlem, New York. This group included Richard Davis, Joseph Martin, Ralph Martin, Tony Middleton, and John Thomas Steele. Collectively, they were known as the Five Willows, and first recording for the Allen record label. They would drop the five in 1956 and sign with Morty Kraft's Melba record label as the Willows. Now, John Thomas Pemberton and, well, I should say, they recorded, after Melba with John Thomas Pemberton and Dan Terry's Club Records, and they recorded this one on September 19th of 1956. They released it in November of that year. It features Tony Middleton on lead from November of 1956, coming in at number 460. The Sound of the Willows on Club Records. It's called This Is the End. The Willows, number 460. Here you go. That's the Sound of the Willows, Tony Middleton and the Willows, coming in at number 460 on the survey. I think, did they perform that at UGHA? I think I saw a clip of them singing that somewhere from, I don't know what date it was, but it wasn't from 1956. It was somewhat, it wasn't recent, but it was up. It was what, maybe in the 80s possibly, but that's Tony Middleton and the Willows coming in at number 460. It's on the Club record label. Song entitled "This Is the End" is the name of the tune. It's not quite the end. We're going to be here till about 4 o'clock here, and we continue here on the Relic Countdown. Entry number 459. came out on Chris Ford's Tuxedo record label, and he also owned the Mint label. You know, the Sentimentals on the Mint label, but he also owned this label, Tuxedo Records. Now, Chris Ford was a watchmaker by trade, and he operated his business and labels out of a small office on Nassau Street in Manhattan's downtown financial district. So I guess you can walk in there and say, look, can I get some of your records? I would have loved to do that. But I can't tell you much about this vocal group. The group is called The Four Beats, and they're backing up someone by the name of Don Bruce, who co-wrote this tune, coming in at number 459 from May 56. Let's give a listen to Don Bruce and the Four Beats on Tuxedo Records. It's called Love Leads a Fool, number 459. Here you go, folks.
Love leads a fool night and day. Love leads a fool all the way. Love leads a fool across the ocean blue. Darling, I'm a fool for you. Love leads a fool. I don't know why love makes a fool break down and cry. Love leads a fool and breaks his poor heart. Tell me, why did we part? I tried to make you so happy. I love no one but you. And now that I'm sad and I'm lonely, I lost my heart when I lost you. Love leads a fool up to the sky. Love leads a fool until he dies. Love leads a fool, you know, dear, that it's true. For love led this fool to you. Until he dies, love leads a fool. You know, dear, that it's true. For love led this fool to you, yes, to you. Oh, love led this fool to
There you go, number 459 on the survey. That is Don Bruce and the Four Beats. I played that on a 78, I think, on one of the Thursday afternoon shows, May 1956. Love Leads a Fool is the name of the tune. That's on the Chris Ford's Tuxedo label, and I bought that 45. It was Mike Demersion who had the record. He was selling records on consignment. I used to go to the I used to show up at the Connecticut show. He also used to show up here in White Plains at the county center, and he would stop by here on his way to the Arbutus show. I think that show is still in existence, if I'm not mistaken. Greg would always go to that Arbutus show. I think he would meet up with Marvin Pott at that show. But I never went to that show. I went to the shows in New Jersey. I went to the Allentown show, and then when I started doing this program on Saturdays, I didn't go, but I would always bring thousands of dollars with me to those shows, and I would always find stuff off my want list. When you go to those record shows and you deal with a lot of the dealers out of the area, so if they're coming from Florida, like Ken Benedict, Ralph Barton would come from, I think he was in Georgia. There were a bunch of people that were coming from even up in Chicago. Carl Pellegrino would come down from Chicago. There's so many of the groups, so many of the Fred Bond from Pittsburgh. So you get all these dealers would set up, and you'd see what they have. They'd pick up new stuff. Sometimes they did not, like the Count. Like, what are you doing? You're selling VG minus records and G plus records for top dollar. You can't do that. I don't. And again, I tried to, when I first started buying records, I didn't have a lot of money, so I couldn't really, if I had a choice between taking the lesser condition, I would take the lesser condition. But no, I changed when, I don't know who told me about that, but I decided, I said, look, I'm going to take the clean copy. Give me the clean copy. I'll spend more money on it because it just sounds better. And plus, if I was sitting there playing the record, it just would kind of cringe me. It's one thing, at least if I pay a lot, overpay for a mint record, at least it's mint. You know, that's how I look at it. Anyway, as Johnny G babbles on here, let us continue here with the countdown. And let's move to entry number 458. Now we go out to Los Angeles, California, with this entry. Former member of the Hollywood Flames, Gaynell Hodge, started his own group with his brother Alex Hodge, who was the baritone of the group, and Jody Jefferson, second tenor, and Delmar Wilburn, first tenor, and they were called the Turks. After two releases on John Dolphin's Money label, Dolphin would put one more out, I think, on Cash with like the what's on the flip side of this? It's a different group, I think. The Turbans, I think. The West Coast Turbans on the other side. But this comes in at number 458. The great Gaynell Hodge on lead. Such a wonderful voice he had. July 1956. These are the Turks coming in at number 458. It's called It Can't Be True, but it is. It Can't Be True. The Turks, number 458. Here you go.
It can't be true, it can't be true, it can't be true. No, don't try to tell me, baby, that your love for me is true. I may look like a stranger, but I'm nobody's fool. Yes, I found you out, and I know you can't be true. You can't be true, you can't be true. Yes, I found you out, and I know you can't be true. Pack up everything you own, 'cause it's time for you to move. Well, everybody tells me how you love to play. I'm tired of your cheating, so be on your merry way. Everybody tells me that your love for me is true. Pack up everything you own, 'cause it's time for you to move. Well, everybody tells me how you love love to play. I'm tired of your cheating, so be on your merry way. Everybody tells me that your love for me is true. I may look like a stranger, but I'm nobody's fool. You can't be true, you can't be
There you go, the great sound of the Turks there. That's Gaynell Hodge on lead. The Turks coming in at number 458 on the survey. Wait. I have it's. Charlene's got I have a typo, Charlene. It can't be true. I have it's. That's not right. It can't be true. I typed it wrong. July 1956. The Turks on the cash label. And going back to the condition thing, folks, sometimes, you know, when I get requests for hits, I'm actually sometimes embarrassed because I have a big hit that I feature and it's not in great shape. That's because I didn't really focus on hit records when I was, when I started collecting. I was finding them out in the wild. So it wouldn't, if I was going to do a show like this, I would want the songs to sound somewhat nice to the ear. I don't want it to sound, and sometimes, you know, when I play some of the 78s, you can't get it any better. They just play terrible. So, but if I'm going to play, like I was looking for a copy of Lover's Island by the Blue Jays. I mean, you gotta get a mint copy of that record to play because the styrene presses, they just wear out. So in my travels, if I do see a mint copy, if I'm looking through Greg's records, for instance, and he's got and I had to check stuff too, because I was listening to the records. I'm just not going to buy it. I cringe on the some of the styrenes, as you know, but I want to make sure that I have something that sounds decent. Of course, I'm not going to be able to get everything that's mint, don't get me wrong, but if I had a choice to play a mint record versus a VG minus record, I'm going to play the mint record. It's just so you can enjoy it. And sometimes it's hard to, and there's so many records too, but I like to buy records clean, like Bill Old does. That's what I like to do. But I wasn't like that always. And again, my first, I have a copy of the Gloria by the Five Thrills, and it is wrecked. Okay, but I wanted it's not like you're going to find that record every day, but it was cheap, so I'll take it. But some of these other hits and middle-of-the-road records that I can get clean, I'll go for the clean copy, because especially if I'm going to play it on the show. That's what I want to do. I don't want to play like VG minus records. To me, they just don't sound right. And I may lose some of the listeners, I think. They want to hear clear-sounding records, and as best as I can, at least when I do my show. That's what I would want to do. Anyway, but let us continue here. Johnny G getting off the soapbox here. Give you my little tidbits here, but let us continue as the Willows. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Tony Middleton and the Willows return at number 457. We just heard their club release, This Is the End, at number 460. Their second release for Morty Craft's Melba Records comes in at number 457. Record Hound, you mentioned something about a different intro on Church Bells May Ring. I don't know. Was that maybe on a CD or something, or is it on really vinyl? I mean, I know, like Earth Angel, okay, if you buy the late reissue, you'll get, and I think on the EP though, you'll get the piano intro. But I know of Church Bells Are Ringing, I think I know that one, but I don't know about an intro with a different intro on Church Bells May Ring. I don't know, but I would like to hear that, Darren. But the Willows return here to the countdown. This was their this was their, which one? This was their, I think, second release. This was their second release for Morty Craft's Melba record label. The interesting thing is that this tune was written by Neil Sedaka and Howie Greenfield. Of course, you heard Neil Sedaka. I think it was my opening record last week. He was lead with the Tokens on While I Dream. So he was on this label and was doing early writing for a lot of the vocal groups. And this is with Tony Middleton on lead from June '56. Number 457, The Willows on the Melba label. The song is called My Angel, a great ballad by the Willows. Here you go.
Angels up above, tell me who I love.
My angel, angel, heavenly one, I love you. Thrilled by the wonders of you. I found you. I'll keep my arms around you. I'll never let you go. Each day will be paradise.
So I'm telling you, Neil Sedaka could really write some tunes there with his writing buddy Howie Greenfield. And there you go, a great sound of Tony Middleton and the Willows coming in at number 457 from June '56. It's on the Melba label. My Angel is the name of the tune. I don't know why they switched to the maroon label for the second release on this. Of course, this would be reissued, I think, as the flip side of their last single, which is Little Darling, that came out in 1957. So, but this second release only comes out on the maroon label. It's although this song comes on the later release. I think it's Melba 112, I think. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let us continue here. Let's move to number 456 on the survey for a Thursday evening. And this is a flip side of a 45 we heard earlier in today's show. If you remember, back at number 479, we heard from Little Clyde King and the Teens on the Bahari Brothers RPM record label. They did the cover of the 16s, A Casual Look. Well, the flip side comes in at number 456, and this features a very young Clyde King on lead. The song written by Maxwell Davis and Joe Bahari from May of '56, number 456, Little Clyde and the Teens. The song is called Oh Me, number 456 on RPM Records. Here you go.
Oh, me, I'm in love. Can't you see I'm acting strange in everything I do? Oh, you the one. Don't you know I'm all mixed up whenever I'm with you?
go. Coming in at number, what did I say? Number 456 on the survey. That is a very young Clyde King. Of course, she went on to have some great soul releases in the 1960s. That one there, May 1956, Little Clyde King and the Teens on the RPM record label. A song entitled Oh Me, number 456 on the survey. We're doing the countdown of the 1956 RELIC Survey, vocal group survey, as voted by collectors and compiled by the Relic Record Shop. Bruce Grossberg compiled all the data and put together a list of the top 552 records to be voted on, and using a point total. You had to list your top 20 records. Your 20th received 1 point, and your first received 20 points. So that, I guess that's the best way to do it. And some interesting selections, and they put out a big list of all the songs, and you went to pick from those songs. I wonder if they had any write-ins. Wouldn't that be something to put in a write-in? But no. But let us continue here for a Thursday evening. I hope you're enjoying this show. This is my second show of the week. We do live performances here on YouTube. We are not on Oldies and More Radio with this program, but I will be back Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 to midnight, with the 1950s vocal groups. So if you have a request, you can send it to me. I play those records by year. So if you don't dig the early sounds of the 1950s, but many of you do, because you give me those requests, you'll hear them in the beginning of the program. A lot of you like the middle of the 50s, like the mid-1950s to the late 1950s. You're into that sound because the music changed. And then it goes into the early 1960s. Sometimes it crosses over into my Wednesday night show, which is a soul show. So that kind of runs the gamut of a lot of things, but I try to stay away from group harmony on at least more of the doo-wop-y sounds. Of course, the soul music was transitioning into soul in the early 1960s, so I play a lot of the early Motown sounds and whatnot. But a song like The Contours' Funny would fit both programs, as many of them do fit both programs. Like I'll close the show with a 1964 record or something that happens. So, but I try to stay to the soul vein on a Wednesday evening, and then I'll be back Saturday. I won't be here next Thursday. I will not be doing a show on September 11th, but Bill Obe will be my in-studio guest on the 18th, September 18th. So mark your calendars for that. Bill Obe will be here playing unreleased tracks, which should be a lot of fun to do that. Always great to have Bill here on the program. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show with the countdown, and we go to Cincinnati, Ohio for entry number 455. Now, after Luther Bond and the Emeralds parted ways, members of the Emeralds got back together, okay? Willis Miller was the baritone of the Emeralds, Cedric Cox first tenor, and Charles Godfrey second tenor. And I think the original bass, he left, and then they contacted him. His name was Clyde Giles. He was the bass. They would add a friend from the neighborhood to be their new lead singer. His name was Harold Davis, and he was the new lead tenor, and they changed the name of the group to the Victorials. Okay, and the Victorials were named after the Ford Crown Victoria. And I love those Victoria records. Every time I would call a limo to take me, because I used to travel when I worked for my companies, I had to do due diligence to check their accounting records, and they would come pick me up in a Crown Victoria, and they had a great ride. They were like big seats and whatnot. They drive me to the airport all the time. But this group met up with, get off on a tangent. This group met up with WDIN disc jockey Charles Bugs Scruggs, okay, and he recorded some demos by the group, and he sent them to Lou Chudd. He was the owner of Imperial Records, and as a result, the label sent pianist Ernie Freeman over to Cincinnati to oversee a recording session, and they recorded both sides of this 45 for Imperial Records, and they released it in July of 1956, and it comes in at number 455. Let's give a listen to the Victorials. The Victorials, it's with Harold Davis on lead on Imperial Records, and I like this tune. July 56, 455. It's called I Get That Feeling. Here are the Victorials. Here you go.
I get that feeling when we are dancing. I get that feeling for romancing. I get that feeling when we are dancing.
I get that feeling when we are dancing. I get that feeling for romancing. I get that feeling that you'll always be mine. Please let me dream on, don't wake me up yet. Now while the music's playing, don't wake me up yet. Please let me dream on in this wonderful dream. In a frantic world we spin around, our hearts as gay as robins in the springtime. As we look into each other's eyes and then your lips are touching mine.
How soon will this enchantment end?
Please let me dream on, don't wake me up yet. Now while the music's playing, don't wake me up yet. Please let me dream on in this wonderful dream. We spin around, our hearts as gay as robins in the springtime. As we looked into each other's eyes and then your lips are touching mine.
How soon will this enchantment end?
Please let me dream on, don't wake me up yet. Now while the music's playing, don't wake me up yet. Please let me dream on in this wonderful dream.
I like that record. I do. Those are the Victorials. The Victorials on the Imperial record label, July 1956. I Get That Feeling is the name of the tune. That's Harold Davis on lead. Now, for you collectors out there, if you're going to buy this 45, you want to get the promo, the stock copies. They are grainy presses, whatever it was that they pressed them up. The Imperials, many of the Imperials are very, especially on this press, are grainy. But the promos play pretty nice, and that's not a Stone Mint promo either. But it plays so much better because I bought the and I was always I ended up buying 2 copies of the record because I wanted they were visually mint, but they play grainy. And one was from Doug Hanners. I forget who the other one was from, but they just do not play well. But that one is not so bad, I have to say. Johnny G here. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to this program, it's very important to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It keeps the copyright police away. They usually don't bother me on the 50s stuff that I feature. But I should do like a talk show. I should do one time I told Barbara, I thought she would be here before the show, but she's probably waiting downstairs for me. She's too bashful to come up here on the program. I told my sister to come up here too, but she didn't want to do that. You kind of got to get used to this. I was not used to this speaking on the mic. I was so stiff. If you hear my shows going back to 2005, I'm like, oh my God, I can't listen to that. Take that off. but you actually warm up to the mic a little bit. And I'm not a speaker. I'm not. I did have to do presentations to executives when I used to work in the corporate world. So I had to do presentations about financial statements and take questions, and they would grill me. And I had to deal with these VPs. They would like, I need this now. Come up to my office. I'm like, oh no, what do you need? So you have to deal with those people. If you're in the pressure cooker like I was, being I was a controller of a major division, so you get experience that way. So I don't know many guys that had my jobs that are now doing podcasts of 50s vocal groups. But anyway, so I definitely have a unique show here, and I wanted to do this. It's a unique show that you can hear on lots of radio shows to do it, but the visual is something different, where you can sit down in your living room and you can put me on your iTV, so you can watch me there and you can see these labels in your big screen that look, I hope they're clear, folks. I really had to work on, I have to thank the people that helped me with this studio here, because it made it such a better presentation and easy for me to flip back and forth from the records to the views here. So if you're a guest collector here, like Karen and Bill will be here, they will be sitting in this chair. Well, not that one, that's me. I have a guest view. So that'll be the table there that they will be sitting at, and they will be speaking into that mic. I'll move it over here, and that's how it'll work. And you'll hand me the records, and we'll show them here to the audience. That's how it will. And you'll talk about your record and anything else you might want to say about that when you do your guest spots here. Very easy to do, but sometimes, you're on the camera. Johnny G's got to get. I'm curious to see what Barbara brought me, because she said she brought me hopefully some shirts for the show. As I might have to, if I lost maybe another 15 pounds, believe me, I'd have a lot more things to wear. But let us continue here. We're going to get a couple more records in before we close down here. This one's not an easy record to find, this next one. Entry number 454 is on Eddie Heller's Rainbow record label. Now, this group is called The Winners, okay? And I did a deep dive in on this group, okay? I really spent a lot of time. Charlene doesn't have a lot of time to spend on the research, and plus she doesn't own the records, and she really does a great job for what I need. I need certain basic things that she supplies me with, like the release dates and where the group is from, and but sometimes it's overwhelming for her. So I spend a lot of time all on these write-ups here for this show. I kind of rewrote a lot of old things that she would copy, because she keeps my database of all the write-ups that I do on all this corrections from stuff from long ago. Sometimes she has the time to do it, others, but I checked it out and compared a lot of these old write-ups to what is on the internet today and available. I even asked Grok about it and told them to go scratch because they were wrong. I was trying to find the lead singer of that record I played by the Blue Notes. So they said Harold Melvin is the lead singer. I said, Harold Melvin? I said, I don't think so. Where did you get that information from? Oh, I got it from and I'm actually talking to artificial intelligence about it. I said, well, you're wrong. I said, what good are you? How could I use you if you're not correct? So you have to be careful with the artificial intelligence. Maybe if I want to mix colors to paint my room, it'll give me the right colors because they know it, but not when it comes to the research here. It is not. It's taking stuff off the internet. And I said, are you absolutely sure? Yes, that's my best. I said, well, you're wrong. But anyway, so this record here, I did my own snooping, okay? And I think this group, okay, called The Winners, is really the four fellows that recorded for the Triborough label back in 1953. And this group was from Brooklyn, New York. They would change their name to the Victorians, okay? With a release on Morty Craft's Saxony label. Okay, great song. It's a rare record. It was called Heartbreaking Moon Backed with I'm Rollin'. Okay, and that was issued in January of 1956. Now, their next single came out in October of 56 for Morty Kraft's Selma label, a song called Wedding Bells. But in between those two singles, okay, there were two releases. I think there were between those two releases, there was this release on the Rainbow label, and both sides of this recorded by Morty Kraft, and I think the master was sold to Rainbow Records. Now the group included Roy Battle, Bill Carey, Donnie Shested, I think that's how you say it, and Bobby Thompson, and they're all singing on this tune. Okay, and the writer credit on here is Morty Kraft, and the other writer is Bobby Thompson. So I say that this group was the Four Fellows on Triborough and also the Victorians on the Selma and also on the Saxony label. And here they are on Eddie Heller's Rainbow record label, coming in at number 454, March 56. The Winners, it's called Rockin' and Rollin'. It's a cool up tempo. Here you go. Swinging tune that is there. That's a cool swinging tune. Going to get up and dance for that one there. Coming in at number 454, the sound of the Winners. The Winners from March 1956 on the Rainbow record label. Rockin' and Rollin' is the name of the tune. Well, that's going to do it for the countdown for this evening, part 3 of the countdown. I'll be back, what is that, the 25th. I'll be back on September 25th for part 4 of the countdown. Hope you enjoyed this 1956 Relic countdown here. And next Thursday, I will not be on. September 11th, Bill Obe again will be here on the 18th. So please, the promo is up on my YouTube wall. So I want to thank everybody for tuning into the program this afternoon. I'll be back on Saturday evening beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your requests. You can email JohnnyG at VINYLTRESURES@AOL.com. And if I have the 45 and it fits the format of the program, I will feature it here. And please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Click that thumbs up to say that you like what you're hearing today. So I want to thank everybody that tuned into the program. And we're going to close this afternoon's show with one more one more record for this next group out of the Hill District and Homewood sections of Pittsburgh, if anybody knows where that is. And they were all 15 and 16 years old, including the lead singer Fletcher Williams, tenor Melvin Peters, baritone Kenneth Miller, and bass Marvin Brown. Collectively, they were known as the Four Dots. Now, disc jockey Porky Chedwick, he introduced the group to Woody Hinderling. He was the owner of Bullseye Records, was based out of New York City, and they set up a recording session in New York City sometime in February 56. And they drove from Pittsburgh to New York City, and their second release for Bullseye comes in at number 453. This tune, written by Jimmy Breedlove and Joan White, it features the lead of Fletcher Williams. Fletcher Williams on lead from June 56. Our closer for this afternoon, number 453, the Four Dots on the Bullseye label. It's called Peace of Mind. Well, hopefully Johnny G's program gives everybody peace of mind as we remember this music from long ago, bringing back great memories of a time that was a better time. I think it was better back then. But at least the new medium makes it available to many of you throughout the world. So thank you all for being here, and hope you enjoyed the show. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. Here you go. Number 453, the Four Dots with Peace of Mind on the Bullseye label. So long, everybody. Here you go.
Have you ever been lonely with trouble concealed inside? Have you ever wanted only to and high? Well, I used to worry and wonder from day to day. Now I don't worry since I got down on my knees to pray. Well, it seems he stood beside me and told me to have no fear, that he'll always be beside me when troubles appear. And if you want peace of mind, but don't know just what to do, down on your knees, he'll take the time